Hi, Sheri Taylor here. Another edition of Wet Nose Wednesday on the way from Aloft, and you're going to meet Benny and June up next. As promised, this week's power couple are Benny and June, and I am with one of my favorite people here in Downtown Greenville at Aloft, Jonathan Brashier. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you in the daytime here in the XYZ bar.
I know. It looks a little different in the daytime.
Yeah, I look a little more bright-eyed in the daytime, so do you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, these two guys, tell me about Benny and June.
Well, Benny and June are our current foster dogs, and they come to us from Lucky Pup Rescue. And Benny and June were both surrendered to a shelter separately, and they quickly fell in love with each other. I believe they were put into the same enclosure together.
All right, sounds almost like the story of the Notebook. Let's talk about how Benny and June met.
It's a sweet story. I think it'll tug at everybody's heart. It certainly tugged at our heart here at the Aloft. Benny and June came to us from Lucky Pup Rescue, and they had been surrendered independently to a shelter where I believe they were put in the same enclosure, and they bonded very quickly.
Oh, look at them. They're
And
so sweet.
you just don't see one. The other one is always right up against the other one.
Oh my goodness. It's like its own cue. Look
I
at
know.
that. He's
He's kissing her now.
Oh my goodness. And you said that earlier off camera that they won't walk without the other one.
No, they
He won't
arrived.
go for a walk without her, and she won't without him.
Absolutely. They arrived at the Aloft, and somebody wanted to walk June, and we had not really experienced it yet. So June went for a walk, and Benny became very, he paced in the cage. He was so upset. And so now we have a pretty good policy that they go together, they walk together, they sleep together on the same bed, they eat together. I mean, he's obviously just in love with her.
Oh my word, oh my word. And they do have to be adopted together.
And they do need to be adopted together. We really are looking for their permanent, forever retirement home where they can live out their lives together.
Well, they're 7 and 9, but I think the fact that they have the companionship and love of each other, yes ma'am, they do have that love that I think that'll speak to the longevity of both of them. I mean, they still got a lot of love to give and a lot of love to give each other.
Absolutely.
And a home. So.
Yeah, and even with their age, they are still very young and spry. I mean, when we get into the enclosure to play with them, they grab their toys and toss them in the air, and they kind of pull on them together. And so they're just an adorable couple. And you know, we don't often have two dogs at the same time in our program, but they are so easy to take care of. They're house trained, they eat well, they walk very well on a leash together, and it's just really been an effortless thing, providing them this sanctuary until we can find them their forever home.
Well, wonderful. And we said off camera that June is a terrier mix.
June's a wire-haired terrier mix. She's 7 years old.
And she's so soft. You've got to come meet her and
Yeah,
feel her.
absolutely.
And meet just how loving they are. And he is a Dachshund and
Terrier mix, and he's 9 years old.
And they are so adorable. And you can meet them anytime at Aloft. You can pop up here to Aloft in the lobby.
Absolutely.
You have to park in the garage, go to the 6th floor, but they will find you.
Absolutely. They'll be waiting on you to come take them for a walk. You can come hang out with them and see if they're a good fit for your family. And we just love to have as many people come in and see them as possible.
Exactly. And you guys do this wonderful program nationwide where you find homes for rescue animals, and we appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
And thank you. And we are going to get these guys adopted. You can meet them. I'll have more information on our website and, of course, social media. And, of course, they can come meet them here at Aloft in Downtown Greenville. Give us the exact address. You can't miss it.
We're at 5 North Orange Street. We're right at the corner of Washington and Richardson. And, again, just park in the garage. We'll validate your parking if you're coming up to see the puppies. And the dogs are on the 4th floor in the hotel main lobby.
And of course, you get free kisses and free little wet nose smooches and love. These guys are so loving. Thank you so much for introducing us to them. And thank you guys for watching Wet Nose Wednesday. And I've got to bring up the baskets from Misbehaving Honeybones because they get to go home with these wonderful baskets called the Welcome Home Baskets.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to see if she made up a couple's basket for
That's
them.
awesome.
So we'll make that get that here for you for these guys in their new home. And of course, thank you to Dog Culture that brings you Wet Nose Wednesday each and every Wednesday. So thank you so much. And thank you for watching Wet Nose Wednesday. If you have a pet, have your pet spayed or neutered to help reduce the homeless pet population. And if you're considering a pet, consider adopting and don't shop. I'm Sheri Taylor from Magic 98.9 and Wet Nose Wednesday.